When you live alone, silence is safe. But what happens when your own phone breaks the silence with a terrifying message? Welcome to Quicktail English. Today's story, The Text Message, is perfect for your A2 B1 level. I live alone in a small apartment downtown. It's usually very quiet, and I like the privacy. My name is Alex. I had been working on a big project all evening, sitting at my kitchen table. The only light was coming from my laptop screen. The windows were open because the night was warm. Around 11 p.m., I took a break. I stretched and picked up my phone from the table. It was lying right next to my hand. I saw the screen was active. A new text message had just appeared. I had not been texting anyone. My phone was silent, and my hands had been on the keyboard all the time. I felt a sudden cold prickle on the back of my neck. I opened the message application. The text was from an unknown number. It was short, simple, and immediate. It said only 3 words. Don't turn around. I froze. I held my breath, listening to the silence of the apartment. I was trying to understand how the phone had received a message from an unknown sender without making a sound. My mind was racing. Who had sent it? Was it a friend playing a bad joke? I told myself to be rational. It's just a prank, I thought. I was about to put the phone down and check the back door when I saw the screen change again. A second message appeared under the first one. I am not joking. My heart started pounding in my chest, heavy and fast. I was still sitting at the table, completely motionless, staring at the bright screen. I didn't dare move my head, but my eyes flew around the dark apartment. Then I heard it. It was not the sound of a door opening or a window breaking. It was closer. It was the sound of air moving, a slow, deep intake of breath. The sound was coming from behind me. I knew it was close. It was right behind my ear. I stopped breathing entirely. My hands were gripping the phone so tightly that my knuckles turned white. I closed my eyes. The silence was terrible. I had never heard anything so loud as that silence. I had to do something. I could not stay sitting there forever. My logical mind was shouting that I should jump up, turn around, and see what was there. But my fear was stronger. I thought about the message, "Don't turn around." Why had it told me that? What was waiting for me if I did turn? Very slowly, without moving my head, I moved my hand and slid my fingers across the table until I felt the edge of my laptop. I was trying to pull it closer to me, to use the light. When I pulled the laptop, it made a small scratching noise on the wood. Immediately, the breathing sound stopped. The silence returned, but this time it was colder, more menacing. Then, the phone in my hand vibrated. A third message appeared. You made a noise. My eyes were fixed on the message. The screen was the only thing keeping the overwhelming darkness away. I realized that whoever was behind me was watching the screen, too. They could see what I was doing. I had to leave. I had to get out of the chair. With one quick, decisive movement, I pushed the table away from me, knocking the laptop and the chair to the floor with a loud crash. I didn't turn. I ran immediately towards the front door. I fumbled with the lock, my hands shaking. I could hear a noise behind me now, a heavy dragging sound on the wooden floor. It was getting closer very fast. Finally, the lock clicked open. I yanked the door open and ran out into the brightly lit hallway, screaming. I stopped only when I reached the building exit. I looked down at my phone. The screen was off. I turned it back on. There was one last message from the unknown number. You can turn around now, Alex, but next time, listen to the warning. I stood alone in the street, shaking. I never went back to the apartment. I knew that whatever had been there was waiting for me to come home. This 10th story showed us the power of the past continuous. Was, were, plus verb, plus ing. The light was coming from the laptop. The sound was coming from behind me. This tense creates the atmosphere of actions happening now in the past. Here are some new words we learned today. Privacy, prickle, racing, menacing, decisive, fumbled, yanked, overwhelming. If you want more spooky stories and lessons for A2 B1 English, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with a friend. Tell us in the comments, what is the scariest message you have ever received? We will see you next time. And remember, always check who is looking over your shoulder when your phone screen lights up. Stay safe and goodbye.